Hey, what is up guys? So I know a lot of you saw that level 12 Blackwing Synchro and you're wondering, how do I bust this thing out? Alright, now this is an excellent example of how to actually bust that little guy out, or I should say big guy over there. But anyways, now looking back at like Black Whirlwind right now, when we have this card at 3, this card is absolutely insane of what it can do. It's a once per turn searcher that keeps on going and going, and I'm like, you know what? That is a really already strong card. But anyways, it's going to be an excellent replay for some of you guys that might want to learn like the basic bread and butter combos of the Blackwing deck, as well as maybe some of you guys don't know how the heck to bust up that Nero one, and maybe brush up on your skills on the Blackwing archetype, because it's looking to always get support. So you know what? I think it might be a really good deck to invest in. I mean, the cards are relatively cheap for Blackwings, right? And they always get new support, so, you know, eventually they'll be good. I don't know, I think they got a lot, like half these guys, I don't even know what the heck they do. Anyways, I also got the deck profile for you guys, but thanks Proz for sending in this replay, because if you told me you could make Quasar and Onimaru, which is the new, like, boss monster, he's the boss of the gym in the Blackwings, I would have said, no way, you cannot bust out double in one turn, and then make a Quasar. I'm like, I look at the bread and butter combo right now, Level Eater for days over here. I think Level Eater, it helps out just a lot of Synchro decks just in general, but we got the Kunai, we got the Sohaya, I never heard of this guy, it's like a new challenger appears, confirmed for Smash, right? Coral Dragon, which was a new card also, then he busts out the Onimaru, the Divine Swell, and a Quasar in one freaking turn proj. I don't know how you did it, man. At first I was like, oh, I gotta use Soul Charge to do that, right? Like Instant Fusion Norden kind of loop combo. He had like, there's like 2-3 Blackwing cards, Black Whirl, and he's like, I got this. I don't even know, man. There's also another replay before we get into the deck profile, guys, but Proj, I don't know how you did it. But anyways, guys, a lot of you guys were like, this card sucks, Quasar can beat it. Actually, guys, Quasar loses to this card. If you guys didn't know, this card's full effect. I'm going to go over it real quick, and then I got another replay, then we got the deck profile. So anyways, it's one tuner plus one or more non-tuners. Now, with shooting Quasar, he requires a tuner Synchro and 2 or more non-tuner Synchro monsters. So this guy is technically easier to make in most scenarios. But anyways, if this card is Synchro summoned using a Blackwing monster as material, it is treated as a tuner monster while face up on the field. It cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can target one Blackwing monster in graveyard. This card's level becomes the same level as that target. You can only use the effect of Assault Blackwing Onimaru, the Divine Swell, once per duel. So if this card attacks and it was Synchro summoned by only using Synchro monsters as materials, it gains 3,000 attack during the damage step only. So if you use that, if you have that, you know, I guess material, then he's able to run over Quasar, and you might be thinking, well, Quasar negate destroy, right? Well, read this card's effect, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Therefore, this guy in a 1v1, you know, quickscopes on Nuketown, he would actually beat Quasar Dragon. Well, granted that he was summoned, I guess, using only those materials, but pretty good stuff indeed. So here's another awesome replay from Proj over here. I don't know what the heck this guy playing over here, freaking Madolche. That's like two of my like favorite things combined. You got cakes and you got plants. Like in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least I don't think I'd eat plant cakes. Anyways, so I really wish the Aro mages got some more support. Like, you showed them off Konami, and then you were like, well, let's forget about them pendulums. Pendulums are like the new thing, so forget about. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but I thought these guys were so cool. It's so sad that they ain't really that strong. Anyways, he's gonna have to go ahead and proc that effect. Bust out the Pinaki over here, the Waxing Moon, you know, one of my favorite Blackwings over here. It's like, I don't even know half of these, I'll be honest with you. The Rikikari, never heard of this guy, dude. He's a bootleg, he's one of those fake, you know, one of those, like, you know how Sonic was in Melee, right? You had to defeat 20, was it Cruel Melee? I remember that at that April Fool's prank, I don't know if IGN Game Informer did that, when they were like, Sonic and Tails are in Super Smash Bros. Melee. To unlock them, you gotta play Cruel Melee. That's a good prank, man. Anyways, he's gonna go ahead and activate the Rikikari's effect, so you can destroy targets up to the amount of Blackwing monsters you control. I think that's a pretty good effect, but he busts out the Malay trees, going for that Giga Plant. I was like, oh, okay. you know, when I think of Madolchis, I think of Gigaplant, you know? So pretty good stuff indeed. And then he's got 2,200 life points. Oh, Sight, only 1,200 life points for the comeback over here. Activate Foolish, send Level Eater. Go for the Blizzard with Blackwing Whirlwind, and the Black Whirlwind. And then he's got that Gale. Gonna half that thing, going with Special Summon Kunai. Go for that Level Eater play, go for the Soya, the early summer rain, and then you go Level Eater again, and then like Wolf's Rain, you know, like great anime, right? It's like Cowboy Bebop's much better, but then he's like, I don't even understand. He's like, destroy all your cards, make this card, draw extra cards. Is this like broken? Yeah, of course. He makes Coral Dragon, makes freaking Onimaru Divine. Like, Blackwings, what have you become? Is this the new Synchro? And he makes a Quasar. Like, I don't know, man. The Blackwing looking like tier 0 confirmed, unless you're playing as Pendulum. Pendulum is still the best archetype. you don't even need an archetype. You just throw Pendulums into one deck, and I swear it's like good. Alright. So he's gonna go ahead and Special Summon, but we all know it's already game over because his card just goes ahead and makes a game. But very good stuff. Oh, Obsidian Hawk Joe! Yeah, I know that guy. You make a Draco Sack over here. Like, Blackwings just have a lot of options. Now, Big Eye, like, I still am just, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm watching, like, Blackwings, but nonetheless, it was made good stuff indeed. I know you guys want the deck profile, so I got it for you guys. But shout out to Proj, he's the one that built this deck. I honestly can't say I know this version of the Blackwing, so I can't tell you guys the bread and butter combos that weren't pulled off. Obviously, if you guys saw the combos, you can just, you know, rinse and repeat. I feel like there's a card that he can definitely utilize because there's a lot of targets for it, and it helps you. I mean, let me know what you think of this. I'm sure you're going to watch this video, Proj. Let me know what you think of 1-for-1 in the deck, because I think that Black Sonic's kind of a slow card. But like 1-for-1, like Maxi to like drawing your combo pieces is excellent, excellent indeed. Because you saw how good Level Eater was in the deck. But anyways, let's go and jump right into the deck profile. So we got 1 Kunai, 1 Gofu, 1 Chris, the Crack of Dawn, 3 copies of Ashura, 2 copies of Bora. This one is just like you control Blackwing, just Special Summon, no problem, bro. And then we got 3 copies of Death the Morning Wind. You increase level by 1, decrease level by 1, and then 2 copies of Kalut, which I don't think you really used at all, but it's still nice to have. It lets Blackwings kind of slow play things, you know. And then we got 2 copies of Gale. I remember when Gale was at like 1 forever, and it totally never needed to be at 1 for as long as it stayed at 1, but it's now at 3. We'll talk a little bit more about other cards, but anyways, we got Panaki, the Waxing Moon, 1 Gladius, the Midnight Sun. We got 2 copies of Blizzard, the Far North, 2 copies of Hamarthen, the Dust, 1 Level Eater, and 2 copies of Orochi, the Squall. Then we got Allure of Darkness, which in the OCG, I believe it went to 2, and I'm like, you know what, if we get that same treatment in like the TCG, this could be looking like really good. I mean, you saw how explosive the deck technically could be, especially with just the Whirlwinds. Like, the Whirlwind is like, it's not even just that 1-turn Whirlwind, you keep it on the field, it stays on, it's crazy. And then we got the Foolish Burial. Then we have 2 copies of Raptor Wing Strike. So you return face-up Blackwing monster control to the deck, and then you need to add 1 Blackwing monster. And that's any Blackwing, so that can really help you out with your combos. Wish the card was a quick play. There's another card I wanted to mention really quick. So it's called Swallow's Nest. So you tribute a face-up wing type monster, wing beast monster. Wait, these are all wing beasts. I believe every single Blackwing is wing beast. Unless one of them is like different. There's 1 Blackwing that actually is a light target, so I was just making sure on that. So it looks like it works with all the Blackwings. You tribute 1, and then you special summon 1 Winged Beast monster from the deck with the same level as a tributed monster. So let me know if this works in the deck, Proj, because I think this could open up some explosive plays. And if your opponent like bottomlesses, you can be like, psych, that's the wrong one. So I think that this could be something that can be useful. I don't know exactly the combos again in this deck because I haven't really, you know, extensively looked at all the new Blackwing stuff. I mean, heck, this card was just announced, so pretty cool to already see it seeing play. But yeah, I thought that if this card was a quick play, it'd be so much better. But yeah, nonetheless, it's still decent. Then we got 3 copies of Young Black Whirlwind, 2 extra attack, 2 Black Sonic, 2 Solemn Strike, 1 Warning. And for the extra, we got Young Quasar, 1 Onimaru, we got Shooting Star, 2 copies of Raikiri, 1 copy of Chidori, 2 Obsidian Hawk Joe, 2 Nathung, the Starlight, 1 Coral Dragon, which is the newer card, And then we got Stardust Charge Warrior and 3 copies of Assault Blackwing, so Haya, the Early Summer Rain. So this is a card that you really need, I guess, to get a lot of the combos rolling. It's kind of like your stepping stone, so to speak. But thank you, Proj, for sending in this deck profile. Let me know, guys, if you make any changes to this, because I think this might be something that's a work in progress. I don't know if this is like, you know, this is like the build, because I feel like this is kind of, you know, these are the cards I feel like, at least one, like, I feel like this should definitely be in here. Like, I don't know about Swallows Nest, maybe not on that one. I feel like we could easily drop these 4 cards, put in some Maxis, maybe some Ghost Ogre Effect Veiler, just to kind of help the deck out. Because sometimes, you know, you don't get the option to use these cards because like your opponent just like destroys the negate or summon or something like that. So maybe that can make the deck a little bit better if you like throw in like maybe like 2 Maxi. I definitely think 1-for-1 is a great addition to the deck. Maybe another Allure if Allure goes to 2 in the TCG. That could definitely be a great addition. But like I said, let me know your guys' thoughts, what you change, and all that stuff. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you just give that like button a titty slap. And Blackwing is confirmed for Tier 0. I don't know. Maybe one day if they get enough support. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And your boy Will Smith signing out. And then thanks, Proj, for sending in the stuff, you know. Alright, I'm signing out for reals.